Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am so incredibly glad you're here. If you're tuning in to GingerJesusTalk for the first time, welcome to our community. This is where we take the noise of the world and trade it for the truth of the word. Now, for those of you who saw my last vlog, you know I got a little vulnerable with you. I shared how I'd been feeling that persistent quiet in my soul. Just going through the motions in the lab, trying to find a signal in the chaos. I told you that picking up the Gospel of John was the moment the signal finally came through. I touched on that first sentence then, but honestly, it's been sitting with me ever since. I realized I couldn't just mention it and move on. We need to go deeper. So grab your coffee, settle in. Today, we're spending our time together on the verse that gave me my footing when I felt lost. Let's look at these words again, because they are so much heavier than they appear on a greeting card. It's found in the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." John is doing something brilliant here. He's echoing the very first words of the whole story, in the beginning. But he's pulling back the curtain even further. He's taking us into the eternal now of the Creator. In the original language, that word for word is logos. Back then, people used that term to describe the logic or the underlying reason for everything. Think about that. When I was telling you guys about feeling like my life was just a series of random tasks, this was my answer. It says that at the very root of existence, there isn't randomness. There is logic. There is a mind. There is a plan. When my life felt completely out of control, this hit me. The logic of the universe isn't a cold math equation. It's a person. There's a tiny detail in this verse that I've been obsessed with lately. When it says the Word was with God, it implies a face-to-face intimacy. When I spoke last time about feeling like a face in the crowd, this is what changed that for me. Before the world was even a thought, the Word was in a perfect face-to-face relationship with the Father. And the wild part? Because that Word eventually stepped into our world, He invites us into that same intimacy. I'm no longer just Sophie checking off a to-do list. I'm a participant in a conversation that has been happening since before time began. Why this is my solid ground. You guys know how hectic things can get. I told you that I used to worry about being perfect or staying ahead of every problem. But look at the end of that sentence. And the Word was God. If the Word is God, then the power that holds the stars in place is the same heart that healed the broken and loved the outcast. It means the boss of the universe is defined by grace. When I take my moment with this truth before the day gets loud, it reminds me that my value isn't based on my performance. My value is anchored in the fact that the Creator of everything knows my name. Let's make it meaningful. I want to hear from you guys. In my last vlog, I talked about searching for a signal. Where in your life right now does it feel a little too quiet? And how does this logic help you find your signal? Let's talk about it in the comments. If this resonated with you, drop a comment or tell me what verse you're sitting with lately. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more honest Jesus talk. I love you guys, I'm praying for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!